buddy. This thing can do it, boy. Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Will Motivation, back with another video. Welcome. Now, in today's video, this is probably something that a lot of people have been requesting for a long time. A lot of you guys see me doing Lamborghini videos a lot because I love driving the Lamborghinis. You've even seen me do a lot of videos with my Gladiator. But what you have not seen is a lot of videos with my beloved Ford Mustang GT. Love this vehicle, and today we are talking about the #1 thing that I love about this vehicle, and potentially, arguably, this is my favorite car out of all of the cars that I own. So let's get right into it.
Huge shout out to Will Motivation, guys. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel at Will Motivation, dude.
Will Motivation on YouTube and Instagram. Definitely check him out.
We about to run Will Motivation.
Will Motivation. Will Motivation.
Just saw Will from Will Motivation. If you don't know who he is, just go ahead and type in Will Motivation on YouTube and you'll find him.
Will Motivation, satin white Hurricane to drive.
Will Motivation. Will Motivation.
Will Motivation. Will Motivation.
Go check out Will Motivation's channel on YouTube.
Normally I have it in storage because I want to keep this car forever. Like, I think it's a classic. It's what's called a Mustang GT 6G. It's the 6th generation of the Mustang since they've come out, and it's my favorite. I like it even more than the current facelift of the Mustang. Now, some of the things that are different about this version of the Mustang GT is the front end. Now, this has the same headlights that come on the GT500. Doesn't have the same bumper and grille, but I like this bumper and grille better than the latest rendition of the Mustang GT. Like the 2020 Mustang GT, I don't like the front end. It looks too soft. Doesn't look aggressive enough. This one looks like a cobra ready to strike. It's more aggressive. I love it. Now, while it is not as fast as a GT500, yeah, it's true. I have 3 Lamborghinis and I have a Mustang GT instead of a GT500. But if you're wondering why I did not buy a GT500, the reason is simple. When I saw the GT500, I like the design because it looks like this one, but for how much money a GT500 costs, which is right around 90 grand for a GT500, a new one. For that much money, you get the supercharger, you get the speed, you get, all of the advancements that it has. But there was one thing wrong with the GT500 that I didn't like. I think this is a manly, masculine car, but a lot of women buy Mustangs, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. But if I'm driving it, I want it to be manly, I want it to be masculine. And the GT500 has a knob shifter for the transmission, which in my opinion is a very fruity, feminine way to switch gears. I don't know, just felt gay. No offense to gay people, but I'm not gay. And so that didn't really fit with me. Now, as you can see in the Ford Mustang GT, I wish this was a Ford GT, you have the knob shifter, man. And when you're driving, this thing is useful. Not only is it useful and functional? Because imagine you're driving and you want to flip it down into sport mode while you're driving and paying attention to the road. With a knob shifter, you got to look down at the knob to make sure it goes into sport mode or whatever you're trying to do with it. You got to look down at it. With this, you can do it based off of feel. And I love that. And it's just more, I don't know, it's more muscle car inspired to me than the GT500 knob shifter. So that's my gripe with the GT500. And that is why I have that on the license plate. I love that license plate, by the way. But I've done a couple of mods to this thing. I have the murdered out rear trunk lid, which doesn't have the GT on it, so it's kind of stealth. There's no badging that says it's a GT. Not that it's like crazy, stupid, fast or whatever, but it is kind of quick. It's got the 5.0 badge on it. I also blanked out the grille, which to me looks a little more sinister. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment if you like the Ford Mustang GT. But this, in my opinion, this is my favorite car under 30 grand. This right here. If you want to buy a used one, you can probably get them for like 22,000 to on up for a used Mustang GT. Mine is a 2016 and I love it. I haven't put rims on it yet. We're gonna get to modifying it this summer, but I'm kind of waiting for this coronavirus stuff to settle down. But we're gonna take it out and modify it right now. Let's get inside and drive and talk about the number one thing I love about the Mustang GT. It's funny. When I sat down in this car, I said to myself, I was like, oh man. I was thinking like how comfortable these seats are. And I just got done driving my my Lamborghini Aventador. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to click, I'll put a link or a card to that video. So make sure to check that out. And this Corona stuff has been crazy. I've been in the house all this time. But I wanted to get out and drive the Mustang GT. Drove the Aventador a little bit. I did the top 5 things I hate about the Aventador, and now we're into Mustang GT. We're talking about the number one thing I love. There's so many things. If I had to make a top 5 list with this car, it would be too long. Like, it's too hard to get down to 5 things I like about this car because there's just so many. But there is one, like, there's all kind of stuff that I like. But there's one thing that I love that makes me, this is my, I don't know how many Mustangs I've had, but this is my second 6th generation Mustang. And I supercharged my first one, and it was like one of the first ones on YouTube because I was sharing the exhaust note with it. I'll show you guys a quick clip of one of those videos.
Video of my 2015 Mustang GT. Just installed the Roush Axleback mufflers. So it's the cold start.
Sounds good. Perfect volume if you ask me. Sounds good. But yeah, so this being my second one, and what brought me back to this car, and the number one thing I love about the Mustang GT, the way it feels when you're driving it. It feels light. The throttle sensitivity is excellent. It's damn near perfect. The throttle sensitivity and the transmission kick down, especially when you put it in sport mode. It's not as strong as like a Hellcat, and I've had a Hellcat for a couple of years. I just got rid of it, turned it back into the dealership. But this thing is different. It's not as fast as a Hellcat. It's not as torquey and powerful as a Hellcat, but it's more comfortable than a Hellcat. It feels lighter. It's a little bit, I dare to say it's a little bit more fun to drive, but that is the number one thing I like about my Mustang GT, and that is how it feels when you drive it. The throttle sensitivity is the #1 thing on that list. Like if I'm going from general to specific, the throttle sensitivity, how the throttle feels in this car is perfect. It has the right, it can have a little bit more power, a little bit more torque, but it's kind of light in the rear end. So if it had too much more power or torque, you're gonna be sliding all over the place. That's why you see so many Mustang GTs on YouTube crashing. Yeah, buddy. This thing can do it, boy. This thing can flat out do what you want it to do. Like I said, it's not a Hellcat. It's not a GT500. It is a base model 6G, 6th generation Mustang GT, and I love driving this thing. So where I'm gonna drive right now is, I mean, we're under statewide stay-at-home order, so I'm going out doing essential activities. I'm gonna do essential activities in an essential vehicle, my Ford Mustang GT. But yeah, we're gonna go out and get some essential Singapore noodles that I've been fiending for, because we're allowed to go out and get food. You gotta keep these restaurants in business. You know what I'm saying? So why not drive the Mustang? Now I don't want to run into that pole over there, so I let off the gas a little bit. Now I have I also modified the exhaust on my Mustang GT. I have a Roush catback exhaust on this, and I love it. Shout out to Roush. I think they have the best exhaust. When I bought my first Mustang GT 6th generation, when I bought that first one, I was making videos on YouTube sharing the different exhaust setups that I had. And I had 3 different exhaust setups on it, and I shared all of them. And like I was the first Mustang GT doing videos on YouTube. So I was like a pioneer YouTuber back then. This was before I was monetized. This was me just having fun making videos with my car to share with other people, which is still what I do. Even though I have monetized my channel and I make a little bit of money off of YouTube, I just did a video on that. If you want to see it, I'll put a link in the description to that video where you can see how much money I make on YouTube. Believe me, it is not that much. Even though I've had some really successful big videos, I haven't focused on making money on my videos. It's just something like extra. I think, just to quickly tell you guys, over the last 3 years, I think I made $30,000 on YouTube. The last 12 months, I made $14,000 of that. So it's going up, but compared to my other business endeavors, YouTube is still just a hobby for me. So I just have fun making these videos for you guys, but it's not like I'm making a lot of money off of these videos. I just do them for fun and because I love when you guys drop me comments. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop me a comment. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content, having fun with these cars and sharing the knowledge that it takes to be able to afford the cars. Because for me, it's cool to see somebody on YouTube doing crazy stuff with their cars, you know, and their exotics and all that. But for me, it's more important to understand the business mind behind the finance that it takes to afford some of these cars. So I like to share that information. And in case this is your first time watching one of my videos, again, my name is Will Motivation. I am a real estate investor. I am also a software engineer, software developer. I'm an entrepreneur. I started a few companies with my skills of knowing how to write code. And then I started investing in real estate for the last 10 years or so. And then the real estate allowed me to justify buying some stupid cars to play with on YouTube. So if you like that kind of thing, want to learn more, please hit that subscribe button. Please check out my other channel, Real Estate 101, if you're interested in the real estate content. And if you're serious about learning how to invest in real estate, you can take my online course. There's a link in the description. And considering that people have a lot of time on their hands, but maybe not that much money, I have discounted my online real estate course by 60%. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and take advantage. The link is in the description. But if you just want to see some more fun car content, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next video, which I'll be dropping here in a couple days. All right, love you guys. Appreciate you guys watching. This is Will Motivation, and I'm out.